Hello, and welcome to another episode of Leader Generation brought to you by ModUp. I'm your host, Tessa Burg, and today I am joined by Alan Kipust. He is ModUp's newest executive in residence, and we are so excited to have him. Alan brings decades of experience in product leadership and product management at some of the biggest brands in the world. And today we'll be jumping into how do we reinvent the value of marketing and the marketing profession through a product lens. Alan, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tessa.
So, I alluded to this in the intro, but your background is wildly impressive. And we are so lucky to have you here at ModUp to bring this product mindset and product leadership. Tell us a little bit about yourself and your role now here at ModUp.
Yep. So I'm very happy to be here. Thank you. I've had a great career spanning some of the top brands from Amazon, Chewy, Ford Motor Company, Uber, where I've had the chance to build and in some cases actually run some large divisions, very customer facing, customer obsessed businesses. So I'm very proud of what I was able to build with some extraordinary teams. And I'm taking some of those experiences and bringing it to ModUp, looking at customer obsession. What are the customer pain points? And how do we go through sequentially and build tools and solutions to delight our customers and our own internal needs, delivering extraordinary solutions for ModUp to consume also. So that's what my role is all about. How do I champion and drive roadmaps internally and externally? Of course, powered by AI solutions.
And I'll say I've worked at agencies in the past where they've wanted to build a product. And most often it's a dashboard. It's like, oh my gosh, if we could just build the greatest dashboard in the world, all the clients will flock to us. At one point, when video production technology was becoming more accessible, a lot of people wanted to build a product or productize something around video and video production and making it more accessible. But now in this era of AI, having that product mindset, having products feels like it is a necessity or where agencies are going. Can you give us a little bit of insight into how you're seeing agencies evolve and what the role of product or productization might be in the future?
I think we're all chasing what AI can be. And that's true of everybody in this industry, not just marketing and digital agencies. It's evolving so quickly. We're trying to consume the potential, tool ourselves, change our mindset, find the right processes to automate. And we're all going through this gyration of how to deploy, how to manage the change. It's really change management with a very powerful tool, not that unlike other automation tools that have affected our industries and businesses in the past, whether it's the internet or mobile apps or Microsoft Excel. Each were transformative, and we're right on the verge of that transformation right now. But we're chasing it. It's happening very quickly. We're learning the capabilities. Those capabilities are changing even faster than we can consume the existing technology. And we are trying to change the mindsets within our organizations to absorb and embrace these tools and master them. So the world of product is now just absorbing a very powerful tool, one that's more nimble than many of the other tools that we have in our product management tool set. And our roadmaps are going to shift to more frequent intervals, so shorter sprint cycles, because the tools are more nimble. We'll be able to solve tasks, stitch those tasks together one day to build ultimate systems. But today we're very much in the world of let's just solve tasks. So that's where the industry is overall. How it affects digital marketing agencies, well, the organizations are embracing it just like all others. It is a very powerful tool for marketing. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity in customer service, marketing, and other skills where there's repetition in their responsibilities in the workload that are natural for bot automation, natural solutions for analytics. So the organizations are going through a transformation as they look at the skills, as they look at the tool set and mapping it towards a different future. These organizations are seeing a world where employees may not have to take on some of those daily tasks and they can focus much more on the strategic opportunities within the business. That's what's happening in ModUp right now. That's what's happening in marketing. We could focus on the big picture, and some of the tasks are just going to happen much easier.
So I think when we speak to clients, one of the things that we notice is they assign what's going to happen with tasks or what's going to happen in general with AI in their company as outside of the marketing realm. Like AI is really core to our company and it's happening with our company's product, with the product we bring to market, and the engineering and the IT teams are working on that. And often they're like, well, I'm using ChatGPT, and AI's use is associated to the use of tools. And when we talk about AI's impact on marketing, you're saying there's stuff within the marketing services themselves, within how marketers operate, that can be wholly automated. But where do I start as a marketer thinking about how AI affects how my department operates? And how can I become a part of the solution moving forward?
It's a good question. First answer is I don't know of a single role in a corporation today that should not include AI in its daily use. So everybody should be using AI. It's just where the bar is. That's where the expectation is. You should be using the most powerful tool to get your job done, and that includes AI. So in terms of marketing, specific functions within marketing, we see great opportunity in the world of analysis. We see great opportunity in the world of very repetitious tasks, optimizing content, optimizing marketing campaigns, brainstorming, doing industry research. These are fundamental tasks we all take on a daily basis, and we should be using AI tools for that. And if those tasks build and turn into repetitious products, even better. Now you can transform a whole department or a whole process, potentially eliminate all the work tied to it, and it turns into an automated task that you manage, that you run, and you drive. So how do you start? You start by using it every day in your daily responsibility, and then reach out to your friendly IT department or product management team to find out what equipment, what tooling, what training do they have available for the company, because you want to make sure you use the proper and the endorsed tools for the environment you're in so your data stays protected. And in partnership with your internal product team, you go and explore your most complicated tasks, your most expensive tasks, and burn down that list through experimentation, prototyping, and you'll see it's a very easy process to move through this journey of work elimination or work simplification.
Yeah, and I think a lot of marketers are able to work with teams like UX, UI, and map out the entire customer journey. Like they understand their customers, they understand their customer needs, and they have gotten really good at and have led the industry of in using AI tools within their existing process. But the examples you just gave, brainstorming, analysis, collaboration, even probably populating reports like those highly repeatable tasks, updates, statuses. I think marketers need to look at their day to day and treat themselves like they do their customers. and do that exercise like they do for campaigns and map out what are you doing on a day-to-day basis? What are the steps? And then, as you put, where is the cost? Because it's not that your role is going to get eliminated. It's that, or you maybe not you as a person will get eliminated, but there are certain aspects of your role where you can level it up and do it better. But you first need to understand everything that's encompassed in your role. And I think that's really hard for people to kind of separate themselves out and look at their own journey, just like they do customer journeys for the audiences they sell to.
Yeah, I agree. And that takes a product mindset to break down the tasks and understand the journey, whatever the journey might be. But what's the sequence of tasks and what's automatable or where there might be an enhancement along the way? Um, Hackathons are phenomenal ways to challenge organizations to take that on. But it really does start with just use it. Just use it in your daily routine, and you'll find an adaptation, automatic adaptation of your naturally start leaning towards this tool because it fits in so many ordinary use cases, and then you build from there.
Hmm.
So let's get everybody in every organization using utilization at 100% for simple tasks, and then start specializing in some of the more complex processes. So step one, get the organization to use it everywhere. Step two, take on the deeper, richer processes that need to be process mapped, that may need data architecture to support it, and to start building those. That might take some development work, but worthwhile development work.
Yeah, and I think this also points to, you said it takes a product mindset. A question we get a lot is, what skills should I be building in the age of AI? Do I need to become a developer? And then you hear another headline that we'll not even need developers in a few years. But the reality is, and what we're seeing in the research and what everyone can already see in the headlines, companies are going to cut headcount ahead of these automations truly being ready to take on all of that work. And if you start developing product skills, showing the ability to be a part of not eliminating headcount, not eliminating roles, but eliminating tasks that could be performed faster, better, smarter, or at a higher level, it's worthwhile. Like you will be in a position to be the person who knows how to use the AI and then knows how to identify the opportunities where AI helps level up and drive growth and revenue wherever you're working. And this has really just come a lot faster than I think any of us were anticipating. And it's clear now that like boards and CEOs and leaders, they want to see cost cutting right now.
Yeah, so I have a few comments on that. First is anybody applying for a job right now, looking for work, it's expected you have some familiarity with AI. And if you're in a technical or even in a marketing role, it's expected you're somewhere closer to expert than just familiar. The world has changed, and recruiters filter for that. Why? Because they need it and they know they can find it, and they're rewarding those candidates. So it's a necessity today. It's a necessity in the future. So everybody should be equipping themselves, and depending on the role, might be certain levels of sophistication that are required. In terms of um, shifting the organizations, my my thought here is it should start top down. We should set ambitious goals within companies. We should be looking at what the opportunities could be, whether it's sales or optimization, efficiency optimization. And we should be pushing, companies should be pushed by leadership downward to absorb these tools and leverage them to their maximum. Otherwise, adoption will be slower.
Hmm.
Adoption will be accelerated if it's forced. And this is a unique opportunity for these companies who are willing to force the adoption and see the benefits even sooner. So you hire the people who are trained to use AI, you train those who are not, you make the tools available, you equip the product teams to enable, light up the organizations with the right types of automation, and you set aggressive goals, and they will find a path to meet those goals. Whether, again, it's efficiency or sales optimization, the tools have the potential to achieve both. It's top down. You have to push the organization.
Yeah, when I think about, we have a strategic consulting wing and we've been through large digital transformation projects, both on the client side, like I also come from the client side, and then here at ModUp. And the process by which you do that is really not that different. But I think that with AI and what you mentioned earlier, the impact is everywhere. So if you're thinking about, oh my gosh, well, how am I going to survive in that type of environment? There are already trainings around digital transformation, change management, goal setting, metrics. How do you determine which KPIs for your initiative? It is one thing to know how to use the tools, but what truly sets leaders apart today are those who know how to design, define, and lead the change. And that's all people power. And I feel like sometimes that gets lost. And yes, it means you do have to operate differently and you do have to build new skills on top of also learning to use baseline AI tools. But that has always been in any technological change the requirement. Designers live this when Adobe came through. I started in internal IT and gave folks who had been on typewriters their first computer, and a lot of them did not want to learn that change. But we're going through another massive technological wave. It just happens to be impacting every single role at every single organization.
And it's going to keep on changing because the tools are going to become more powerful and we're going to find more use cases. It's only the start. It's a very exciting start.
Yeah. And I can see you smiling because you're a true product person. So, like, this is what gets product people really excited. It's like,
Right.
holy crap, this challenge is huge. And huge challenges mean huge opportunity for innovation. That's also like I worked at American Greetings. We did hack days. That was my favorite time of the year. I joke, I really liked American Greetings, but I joke that that's why I stayed. And I almost wanted to stay longer than I did simply because we had the best hack days on the planet. But it allowed folks who had that natural product mindset to imagine how we could deliver value differently. And that is really the edict now. It's not how do I automate tasks? It's not how to automate my job. It's can you imagine how to deliver value differently? And as a part of that, and not be scared that the answer is you're going to automate out some of your tasks. You might automate out your entire role, but guess where you'll be? In a new space with new skills and leading something that has never been done before if you do it really well.
Right. So, as a product leader, we run towards technology. We run towards solving customer issues. We run towards finding innovation. And this is just the most powerful tool in my lifetime that I've seen to drive that type of transformation. So, it is an exciting moment, and it's going to be, we're just at the start of those profound changes. But I like how you framed it. There will be career opportunities for individuals as they can put aside the ordinary tasks because that happens through some automation. They can work on what they really want to work on now. They could work on the strategic activities. They can work on inventing a new brand. They can get deep into solving the customer issues and unlocking a great new marketing campaign. But they haven't a partner in this, which is called AI. They have an assistant
Hmm.
and an incredible array of tools to help make that happen. So that's how I visualize it. I'm not intimidated. I'm not fearful of what the future is. I'm excited by it. And I'm excited by the change in output we'll be able to see in quality and efficiency and wherever we point that, especially in marketing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, this is why I always come back to marketing. Like, I feel like every time if I'm making like a job change, I'm like, oh, I go all into product and I'm working at a SaaS company. But what draws me to marketing is that it's the closest to the customer and the customer's experience. Like you said, product people love solving those challenges. When we look ahead at how this is evolving marketing, do you have any predictions? What is going to happen? What are some of the fundamental shifts we might see or trends that might emerge in 2026 and beyond?
Personalization is going to continue to be at the forefront thanks to AI. We'll know more about who the customer is. We'll be able to target who that customer is with the offer that is ideal. We'll be able to maybe have the content optimized as well as the offer for that individual or that cohort with incredible precision and fidelity, optimized faster than we could do that with teams of people. But now systems can take that on. I believe that's a 2026. It's happening today, but I believe it'll happen a lot more. It'll be much more prevalent in the near future. Um, I think the whole world of prototyping and ideating, that's already changed and it's continued to evolve where you can understand your customer, come up with a strategic plan, get insights into the customer, into the industry, and do all this manipulation and research at your desktop in just a few minutes. So, this concept of coming up with very powerful, rich thoughts is going to elevate once again. It won't take weeks to work on an idea, and now may take hours or days, and your idea will be even stronger and more crystallized because you'll have the support of some very powerful tools. And other than that, well, the list could go on, but those are the two that come to mind that I'm most excited. Now, underneath all that is also the ability to analyze data. And AI does an incredible job to make it available data insight to any user. That will continue, and that powers some of the use cases I just described.
I agree. The data insight and analytics and the democratization of that really excites me. When I think about all the time we spend in manually pulling reports and manually moving data, one thing we're doing here at ModUp is investing in bringing all that data together, but we're also helping our clients do that. And that is really why dashboards were so popular in the past, is because people just wanted more access and easier access to the insights. They didn't want to wait for all the data to be collected. And we are at that point where we can architect the data for the long term and create agents that help us consolidate, intake, process, make sure we have the quality, all those things that we're doing manually today, and then have it be more accessible across teams and to clients. I I stinking hated designing dashboards, like the vein of my existence, because you stand it up, you do exactly what was asked, and people use it twice, and then it's like, oh, well, can it also do these other 90 things? Well, it wasn't designed to do the other night. And then you have to go back to the drawing board. But we're in such a different space. And that was really the problem that people are always trying to solve, was the democratization of the insights at the time they want it. And it is a really exciting time to have that fuel in your marketing organization today.
Consumers are also benefiting by this data. What used to be only search results to find your e-commerce solution, now you have robust research that could go on at your fingertips, changing the dynamics of the products we pick, the insight around the products that we are going to pick. That world of search and search engine optimization is about to see, a very different future, but one that's incredibly helpful for customers because they're going to be more empowered than ever before to make decisions and have better selection.
Yep, I agree. Well, Alan, we are already at time, which is crazy. It went by fast. Uh, we're very excited to have you on the team and for our clients to have access to you as they work through their own roadmaps and how they're going to define and design digital transformation in their organization. But if people wanted to find you and reach out to you personally, where can they contact you?
They can contact me at, I should know my email address here, but I don't just yet because I just started. But maybe we'll put that into
Yeah.
how about we do that? I just
We
got the
we
email address.
can. I also, me overseeing IT thing as well. It's Alan.Kipust. That's KIP as in puppy, UST at modop.com. And you're also on LinkedIn. You can
Yes, I am.
look through your impressive background there. And for all the listeners who want to hear other episodes of Leader Generation, you can find that at modop.com or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're on Apple, Spotify, and you'll have more episodes coming up because we'd love to have you on additional episodes, Alan, and we'll do some roundtables and track this journey as not just ModUp changes and evolves, but we help our clients reimagine how we deliver values to those that we serve. So thanks again for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Tess.